Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. If you will go ahead and look with me at the 119th Psalm. We're starting in the 173rd verse today as we continue to walk through and head towards the end of this lengthy psalm. And again, we are in the final stanza, final verse of this psalm. And in the final stanza, again, he is admitting his his fault that he has strayed and could stray again from the will of God. And because of that, then he says in verse 173, he asks for help from that. He says, "Let thy hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts." And so he is asking God here to obviously to help him. And he's saying, based on my obedience in the past, the fact that I have chosen to be obedient and to follow your word before the persecution that he's been going through, and even during this time of persecution, he says, "I'm asking you to help me to continue to not to turn from your word." I think all of us are probably unfortunately familiar with the uh, likelihood, the temptation. There's the word I should use. The temptation when things are going bad, when they're not going the way we would like for them to go. We're being persecuted, going through trials in our life. Many times, the temptation is to blame God, to walk away from God. Unfortunately, we see that happen too often. That people are going through difficult times will abandon the Lord. And he says, "Lord, help me not do that. Help me to stay true. Help me to stay in the right relationship with you. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight." And so, again, he's just stressing that, Lord, I don't want to. I want to stay true to you. 175, "Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let thy judgments help me." Again, he is stating his love for the Word of God, his confidence in the Word of God, and praying that God would again help him in his weakness, help him that he would not give in to the persecution, give in to the temptation, but that he would stay true and faithful to God, to His Word. Again, he says, "Your law is my delight." It is the thing that makes me happy. And actually, the word that is used there for delight, it shows it looks singular in the King James Version, but the original word was a plural word. In other words, it was a lot of delight. It was more. He's speaking of an abundance of joy that came to him from being obedient to the Lord. And we, again, I think the words in this psalm, in these verses today, can be really relevant for us because, again, we face many times this same dilemma. We face this same struggle. And again, we talked about this, the pressures on us previously, that we have this desire in our heart, like the psalmist, to be obedient, to be a follower of God. But many times, physical or emotional or job problems or financial problems or all those things, they come along and they test us, and they tend to, if we're not cautious and careful, they can drag us away from and undermine our relationship with God. And the psalmist teaches us here a great lesson, that the answer, the resource that we have, again, is to put our confidence in Him, to equip us and to empower us for the various challenges that we face. And my prayer today is that that would be a source of hope for you, whatever you may be going through. I pray that maybe today you're not having any issues, that today is just a grand and wonderful day in your life. But if it is, there's probably a day down the road where it's going to be a challenge. And so let's be like the psalmist and put our confidence and our trust in the Lord to help us to stay faithful, to stay true to Him, to continue in our walk with the Lord. And so I hope that encourages you today to continue to persevere in serving Him. You have a great day, and we'll see you back here as we continue through this psalm.